So the current plan is to basically get max allocation with one company. Because once you've got max allocation with one company, you'll be able to, rotate the accounts, make enough money to the point where it will match your income, and then you can quit and do it properly. But in order to get there, because once you're there, then there's a whole nother plan, a whole nother stage of growing. But at the minute, it's trying to get from 0 up to 400,000. Now, the way I'm doing it, currently I'm with ACG, Alpha Capital Group. They have a promotion on currently for 10k accounts, 8% for $40. Unreal. The growth and the speed on those can boost you massively. That could change it from being 2 years to max allocation to 1, maybe even 6 months. That's how quick it is. But basically, I'm currently 10k funded. We're going to rotate a whole lot of five 10k accounts next week. But basically the plan is to run 10ks up until the point you have 50k. Once you have 50k and you're rotating all 5 of those 10ks, because that way you've got a very low amount of chance of blowing one of the accounts, because you'll be cycling them, rotating them. So if one has a loss, you won't trade on that one the next day in case there's another loss, stuff like that, following your plan. But once you've got 50k, then you get a 25k. So you now have 75. Then you do another 25k. And then you do another 25k, and then another 25k. You now have £150,000 in funding. Now that's the perfect amount of money and funding that when cycling it, your profits will then be able to allow you to play aggressive and cycle 50ks. Now that's if you're playing aggressive. If you're playing it slow, then obviously, you can just go for a higher percentage. But the way I'm doing it is full aggression, speed, just churning the accounts. You want to be getting there as quick as you can because time is money. So 50k and 10ks, 150k with 25ks and 10ks, and then from there cycle 50s up until 300k, and then just for the last bit just get 100k, cycle them. There's no point wasting more time to get to 200ks, because realistically with an aggressive strat running 1 to 2 is most likely going to be hit in 1 week. So you get 5 100ks, which will probably run you back about 1,000-ish. No, a bit more, probably about 2,000. It'll probably cost about £2,000, or about $2,000, which is a lot of money. But when you've got 300k in funding, that's 2%. That's not even 2%. That's 2% out of 100k. So it's what, 0.65 or something like that. It's realistically, you will make that in one trade. You make that in one trade. Obviously, you won't be trading 300k allocation in one trade, but after a few payouts, you can then cycle aggressive for that 1 week to try and do it. So I'd make sure you're not doing it around any bank holidays or right after Easter or Christmas. Do it on middle of a month when there's no events, no bank holidays, so that price action actually has some movement, and then go for the 400k. But that's basically the plan and what we're aiming for. So hoping by the end of the year, by the end of 2025, we will have 400k in max allocation. And then next year, we're going to be aiming for the million. But obviously, we'll make a whole nother video explaining how we're going to, reach that goal and everything. But this is the plan. I'm trying to be transparent and everything so you guys can actually see it's not a scam. It's not like, oh, suddenly everyone's millionaires online and selling courses, but they were just doing comedy skits on TikTok. This is an actual process and progression that I want you guys to see and journey with, so that you guys know it's possible. And, if you guys are starting alongside me, well, then, you can see progress alongside. If you take a loss and you feel like nothing's going well, the other day, I felt like, it's not really, I'm not seeing any progress. We're getting to phase 2, but we're not getting anywhere past that. And then the very next day, I passed my funded account. I was like, what? I was being so stupid. Why was I thinking that I'm making no progress? Every day is, getting a step closer to your goal. Even if you take a loss, you're still learning something. You're still understanding something. You're still 1% better every day. That's the plan. But yeah, that's currently the plan, to aim for 400,000 this year. As well as, this will allow me to quit my job, do this full time, scale up, and then eventually we'll branch into other businesses. So we just got to, work our way through down to it.